We're here at District Court where training has just begun on new software that is going to make records more accessible to the public through the internet. This is going to not only change the way that District Court does business, but also the way that the public interacts with District Court. And with me today is Judge Switzer, David Switzer, who's going to tell us more about why this is a win-win for both District Court and for the public. Welcome, Judge.
Well, thank you. We're pretty excited. We all know that the Hot Springs District Court tries to be a leader in innovation in everything that we do, from our treatment courts. And I was thinking about it on the way in today, it's kind of the difference between hardware and software changes. The substantive changes would be the hardware, and then the software changes would be things like this. Everything from starting times to trying to make the system run more efficient, more cost-savingly, more, just to get the job done better, and get the job done quicker. And context is a part of that effort.
So this new context software, is this something that's mandated by the state, or is District Court being a leader in adopting the new software?
We, being one of the larger district courts, in fact, we're one of the largest district courts in the state, have volunteered basically to be involved in this. It was a case of either upgrade the existing software that we were using, which is 13 years old, or at a cost, a significant cost, or become involved in the statewide system at a much reduced cost. Actually, the funds come out of the court automation fund, so it's not going to cost us, the city, the county, anything to be involved. And the example I would give would be it's an upgrade from Windows 95 to Windows 8. That we, what we have been operating would be the equivalent of Windows 95, because 13 years ago, I guess that's about what they were running in Windows. So we're excited about the upgrade, and the advantage is going to be not only in the cost savings by going to this system, but the beauty of this system is each of the different state systems, as they go to context, will be able to talk to each other. So driver control, ACIC, the Hot Springs District Court. Now, there are several circuit courts that are already, there are a couple smaller district courts that are already context. But we're going to be the first very large district court to be involved.
Now, this is a big change, so it's going to involve training, a number of training days for District Court employees. When they finish training, what advantages will this new software present to employees of District Court?
Well, I think the biggest thing is going to be the ability for example, driver control or ACIC, to have that information instantaneously, and for each of the systems to be able to talk to each other, which is really going to be the beauty of it. I mean, we all remember the days when the different computer systems were incompatible with each other. Well, the big significant part of this is the compatibility. Now, on the training, we're having to send all of our court employees here to training, and it's extensive. Anytime you implement new software, there's going to be extensive training. And with anything else, there are always, when it's different, people don't embrace the different as quickly sometimes as they might want to. But after we have the opportunity to get this training, implement the system, get the ladies and men down here used to it, including the judges, I think it's going to be pretty seamless transfer once everybody gets used to the differences. Like we talked a minute ago, I upgraded my Apple the other day, and when I went from Mountain Lion to Yosemite, and I was surprised when I saw the new upgrade because it was different colors, and I thought, oh, change, how we do about change. Well, the more I use it, the more accustomed I get to those changes. And I think that's going to be the same thing with context.
And it's certainly time for a change after all these years.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, we're always striving to do this better, quicker, smoother, because we deal with a lot of cases down here every year, and there's a mountain of information basically in every case. And it's a matter of moving that information to the appropriate spots at the appropriate times.
Well, Judge Switzer, you've always been a leader in technology. For example, the video arraignments that you initiated some years ago. Now, what kind of a benefit will this offer to the public once the software is implemented, which we understand is going to be a launch date of March?
Right. In fact, I saw here March the 2nd is our projected launch date. That's assuming everything runs smoothly. It's assuming that all the training is completed, because it is a different system. And, some of the ladies down here that are very adept at what they do want to make sure that, and see, the problem with the court system is we never stop. March the 2nd, we have court regardless, and it's going to go on regardless. So when you try and put new things into a system that just keeps moving every day, it's a bit of a challenge. But some of the advantages are going to be that traffic convictions, driver's license reinstatements, and suspensions will be instantaneous. Disposition in criminal cases reported to ACIC will be done immediately upon disposition. Background checks, dispositions, and court dates are available online. Context is already operating in other courts, circuit courts primarily, and in some district courts. You would be able to go online and find out, basically, part of the training is to have the ladies go in and see what their traffic record is. So
Yes.
that information would be available online.
Which will reduce the number of trips that the public takes to district court, as well as the number of phone calls to district
Absolutely,
court.
absolutely. And that's part of it. The less time the ladies are spending, or men, are spending, meeting with people to discuss these issues that are otherwise available, is more time they can spend doing the other parts of their jobs.
Now, to some members of the public, technology is more of a challenge than others. So as this change is being made and more records are being made available online for district court, if the public has questions, what number do they call?
Let's see, they gave me a number here, and I think it's the district court number, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Yes.
It is 321-6765. And as we're learning this and becoming accustomed to it, we want the public to learn and become accustomed to it. And any questions or anything that you might have, either primarily, I would think, after the system goes live, you can call that number, and we should have well-trained and competent people down here to assist you with it.
They'll help you walk through any
Yes,
problem that
yes.
you might have. Thank you, Judge, for giving us an idea of what's coming ahead for district court. Obviously, convenience, time saved, less trips to district court, all kinds of advantages to this new context software, which is coming in March of 2015.
And thank you for coming. We appreciate you being here.
Well, thank you for joining us today, and next week we'll bring you more city news.